Hi everybody, I'm Chef Avi over at the Stonehurst Manor, and today we're going to show you how to make a traditional baked stuffed lobster. We're going to do it today with scallops and shrimp, and for the squeamish I apologize in advance, but you should always work with a live lobster. This is a male lobster, you can tell here by the larger swimmerets. We also have some females, which are my preference for making a baked stuffed lobster. They usually contain roe, makes a tastier dish. They have a featherier swimmerette here, and they're a little wider. We've got some scallops here. I like to use a 20-30 size. These are looking fairly large, as you can tell. And you want to pick through them because it is a natural product, and here we have some shell that's on there, as well as the chain. This is the adductor muscle that holds the scallop to the actual shell. So we're going to just pick these chains off and remove them. That's going to clean up these scallops so that we can put them inside our stuffing for our baked stuffed lobster. We'll just do that very quickly for us here. We're also going to use some shrimp, and I'm using a 16-20 size, which means that there's 16 to 20 shrimp per pound. I'm simply going to remove the tail from these shrimp. We're going to need 4 for a recipe, so I'm just going to do that and put a quick split. This is going to promote a little more cooking and make sure that the shrimp spreads out. We're also going to need some shallot. We're going to take that and we're going to dice it, fingers tucked, and then nice lateral slices all the way through the shallot, just to the end so it helps to hold together. And then small enough for flavor, not so big so you get texture out of it. We don't want texture. And then I also like to use a little bit of flat leaf parsley. Lots of different parsleys out there. Probably grow it in your garden like I do. But the Italian parsley, the Italian variety, flat leaf, has a lot more flavor. So you can simply just pick the large leaves off from the top. A little bit of stem is fine. Bunch it up a little bit with your fingers. You could do it with curly parsley, but you're not going to get flavor. It's just going to be a color additive. So a little Italian parsley, little flavor. So the next thing that we need to do for our baked stuffed lobster is to process our lobsters. We're going to want to do this as humanely as possible. So now that you've sliced through your lobster, you're just going to grab it by its back and get your fingers onto the section that you split, and you're going to carefully break open the lobster. You can see this vein that runs through. This needs to be removed. And then there are, I'd like to show you the dark green and the light green. The light green is called tamale, which is basically the pancreas and the liver of the lobster. It helps with processing everything. And the dark green is the roe. This is the best part here. This is why I prize the female lobster. This is going to turn a gorgeous red, bright coral color, and it's a lot of flavor. And you don't want to miss this. This you want to get into your lobster stuffing. It's going to make a special stuffing. And at the very top, we want to reach in there and we just want to pull out that brain package. There's like a little package at the top. Just want to completely remove it. You always want to take off your rubber bands because you never want those to go in the oven. This is the best time to get those rubber bands off. And because the lobster was just alive, rigor will start to set in and the muscles will start to contract. So you take a wooden skewer or a metal one, but I like wood because sometimes you forget when you're taking it out of the oven, when you pull that metal skewer out, you might burn yourself. So I always do wood in the restaurant. Just go right in through the tail and just up through the tail meat into the central cavity. Leave it long enough on the outside so that you can easily grab that and remove it. And that's going to keep your tail straight so that when your baked stuffed lobster goes in, it's going to have a beautiful presentation. Your tail's not going to curl up on your stuffing. And you have this, just gorgeous piece. And then we're going to take this and any liquid that we can capture to go in our stuffing, super. And so now we're going to go to the range and we're going to start to make our stuffing in the pan. I love the way that the roe turns that beautiful bright red color. You can see how that really broken up ends up running through your stuffing, making a beautiful color for presentation, but also a great addition of flavor. And now it's time to stuff the lobsters. So we're just going to bring over our lobsters, and you can either use a pair of tongs or your hands if it's still hot, like we're working right now. I find it's a little easier to throw some protective gloves on. And because our stuffing seafood is just about cooked or fully cooked, we want to get it underneath the breading of the stuffing. That's going to protect it from the next stage where we put it in the oven. We don't want that seafood to dry out. And then I just like to use my hands. And I start at the top and I make a big mound and I kind of work my way down, protecting all the seafood that's there with a protective barrier stuffing, and I bring it down towards the tail so that the lobster meat in the tail also does not overcook during the cooking process. You can see the parsley and the roe, how it really looks nice. So now we're going to go into a 425 oven, about 15 minutes, depending on the size of your lobsters. And there's always some variation. We'll take a look at these lobsters as they're cooking so that you can tell when it's fully cooked. So our baked stuffed lobsters come out of the oven. You want to very carefully, because your tray is hot, remove the wooden skewers. This is why I prefer wood. And then presentation is simple. It's seafood, so I like to keep it easy peasy. A little romaine on the plate to keep it from moving around. Simply get underneath your lobster, transfer it to our plate. A little more drawn butter, not that I think you'll need it. A little lemon. A little parsley to garnish. And there you have a baked stuffed lobster.